Let's see. All right. Hey, everybody, if you can, well, I will just go ahead and mute you. As you come in, if you could just mute yourself, I would love you forever. I'll give a quick reminder about it. Let me just make sure I get everyone in here. If you are watching from the group, just so you know, I'm live streaming it there, just so if you didn't have the Zoom link, you can still see it. But if you are asking any questions, that's fine. You can ask them under the live in here or in the group, and I will make sure I come back to them and address them at the end. But I cannot cut myself in half just yet. So I will go ahead and I will come back. So, all right, this is all that's here for now. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know it is crazy. I had like over 70 something people register, but I know real estate schedules are crazy. So I really appreciate you guys getting here. I will not spend too much of your time, but we will get into this right away. Let me just make sure I have everyone in here for now. If you see me get briefly interrupted, it's because someone's coming in. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. I already said that. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to go through this. We will go very quickly. So this is day 1 of 3 of what I'm calling, I did call it automate and elevate, and then I swapped it and I said, I think it actually makes more sense to say elevate and automate, but that's just me being crazy. Basically, the premise of this 3-day training is to cover marketing automations, why you need them, what they look like, and what your business could look like if you implement them. And this is good whether you are kind of at the beginning of your business or established agent. Welcome. That's my little gift there. All right. So today's objective for today, for day 1 of the training, is I'm going to show you the opportunity that exists when you implement automations into your business to help you attract, connect with, and convert prospects. So that's kind of the roadmap that they go from cold lead to kind of to a conversion, right? And we do this through simple automated marketing strategies that work for you while you are busy doing what you do best, right? Which is closing deals. You don't have to read this all. I'm going to go through it very quickly, but I want to be detailed in here. So if you want to take a picture, you can go ahead and take a picture and look through it later. But who is this for? I kind of outlined the top 5 or 6 kind of agents that would really benefit from using automations in their business. If you are not this agent, I would say don't bother, right? There's a lot of other things that you can implement into your business. But if you are an agent that's overwhelmed with admin tasks, so if you really don't like those routine, mundane type of marketing tasks, which is probably the category I fall into, and you really like kind of the one-on-one, running the deals, closing the deals, meeting the people, then you would benefit from this. If you want consistent outreach, so if you want to be able to do the business of real estate and know that your prospects and the leads that are in your funnel are being communicated with while you work and you don't have to worry about it every day, this is for you. If you are wanting to scale your business, if you've gotten to the point in your business where you are closing enough deals to make you really successful, but you're not closing enough that you can hire your own marketing team yet, then automations are a really good kind of bridge in between those 2 levels of real estate. If you want tired follow-up, so big thing when I was running ads, I would get these leads in and a lot of them would tend to come in the middle of the night and then there's no timely follow-up, right? So like that 5-minute rule obviously wouldn't happen because it was 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you want that and you want to be able to reply to people right away, automations would be for you. If you want to target multiple audience segments, so if you work with a variety of people, whether it be buyers, past clients, referrals, investors, and you need a way to automate the marketing, but you don't want to send out an investor email to a first-time buyer, right? Then these would work for you. And lastly, agents who want to analyze and adapt. So if you are a data-driven agent and you really like to get behind the scenes and see what is working, what your audience is engaging with, and then help that feed into your strategy to kind of get them over the hump to working with you, these are excellent for you. So automation can, oops, let me just go back. Someone came in the room. Automation can eliminate this inconsistent lead flow. That is a big problem. I feel like leads and closings, especially in the earlier part of your business, but I know well-experienced agents, it can kind of be a roller coaster, right? You're riding it up to the top, you're warming up those leads. then you get to those closings, and then you're all the way back at the bottom and have to kind of like do some digging again, right? So automations can eliminate that issue of inconsistently flow. It can eliminate the time-consuming manual marketing. So every day going to email the people who you met or you did an open house for, or you think could be a hot lead. Eliminate those work-life balance struggles if you are kind of missing out on dinners with the family or kids games, or you're stressed about going on vacations because you're worried about what you're going to miss out on. Automations can really help with that. And then lastly, a constant reinvention of your marketing strategies. So if every month you're trying to reinvent the wheel and saying now what you can come up with this month and how you can communicate with this group of leads, automations can really help you eliminate that issue. So at the foundation, and I'm going to obviously get into automations, but I want to explain the way it works, right? And that's why I said elevate and automate sounds better, right? Because at the foundation of this is really relevant content. And this could be any kind of content you are putting out there, right? So your social media, your blogs, your videos, your emails, your newsletters, any of that and all of it can be relevant and should be relevant, right? So the qualities of relevant content are that it's relevant to your audience. So you are speaking their language, you know their pain points, you know their wants and needs, and you are delivering that to them. It provides value to your audience, right? It is engaging and shareable. That's a big thing. And then it takes and leads your prospects and leads, leads your leads on a journey, right? From kind of cold lead to a closing, right? Or from a just closed buyer or seller to now a referring partner for you, right? So all of that, your content should kind of work like that. And if you don't have this foundation in place, the automations are very hard to get working because you will be putting content out there that doesn't resonate and isn't relevant with them. And then you're kind of wasting your time, spinning your wheels. A few stats that I found really interesting are 67% of buyers and 82% of sellers only contact one real estate agent. So the content is your first impression. This is why I'm so big on video, because if it's a post about, 5 ways to prepare your home to sell, and then it's a video of 5 ways you can prepare your home to sell, those are 2 very different qualities of content. And if you only have one shot, then you want to go with the video, right? The average conversion rate in real estate is 2.4%. Actually, and a lot of these come from email, but people get into the email because of you have added them or your automations have added them. And then new clients cost 67 times more than existing clients. So you probably know this, right? Your past clients are going to be the best source of business. And you can use these automations to kind of keep in touch with those clients, make sure that you are staying top of mind with them, either for them to refer you or for them to use you for the next deal. And lastly, when I say 67% of buyers and 82% of sellers contact one agent, automations help you to make the most of every opportunity. So instead of having one shot, you're getting one shot at them, but you're making that one shot into 10 shots, right? 10 ways to get in touch with them. So that's kind of what we see it as. Oh, sorry, I already went through that. Okay, so what is marketing automation? Simply put, it's a system that helps automate repetitive marketing tasks, right? So if you are thinking about, I always like to use this example, but if you do open houses, right? Let's say you get 10 people to sign in on your list. Now what you do is you need to leave, you need to call them all. 80% of them aren't going to answer. And then maybe you want to text them, or maybe you're going to send them all an email. Instead of doing that one by one, what you can do is set up a simple automation that you are just getting their email or their phone number, you're adding it into your email marketing system or even your CRM, and now it is working for you. So you have built an email sequence. I like a 3 to 4 part email sequence. You can embed your video in there, which I like, and now it's doing the work for you. All you did was add their emails in there. You added their segment as an open house visitor. Now they are getting these emails from you or whatever other communication you set up, these automations, it is automating that for you. So now that time you would normally spend on that, you can spend on other lead gen activities and really getting more people into that funnel. Especially when we talk about that 2.5% conversion rate, 2.5% of 100, right, is 2.5 people. 2.5% of 200 Now we're talking, oh, my math is terrible. This is why I'm a marketing person, but it's around 5%, right? So the more people you get in, the better your automation is, the more people you have time to get in your funnel, should I say. So in real estate, automations are going to save time. They're going to increase your efficiency, enhance the customer experience, which is big. You really want your user experience to be big. I taught a class yesterday, and we were talking about how automations and quality content really remove the friction between a buyer and you, or a seller and you. So for example, if you go into a car dealership, if you're not this confrontation, let's say you're legitimately just looking, you don't want to be sold to that day, you are going to avoid those sales guys like the plague. Oh yeah, can I help you find anything? No, I'm just looking. Right. So when you're putting out marketing, you want to remove those pieces of friction so that they want to contact you, and you're making that experience very seamless, and it doesn't feel like they're being sold to. It allows you to scale your business faster. And at the end of the day, all these things bundle up to make you more money. And that's what we're here for, right? The more money, the better for your family, the more impact you have in your community and all that. So just a few examples of smart marketing automations, right? You have your email marketing, which is my personal favorite. If you don't have email marketing, make it your business in Q4 to get email marketing. I'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow, but you do not want to rely solely on social media or even solely on your CRM. Email marketing is big. Nurture sequences, those can come through your email marketing or through your CRM. Freebies, so these are kind of like your PDF downloads or videos or trainings that people receive in exchange for giving you their email or their contact information or their address, phone number, etc. Right? So this has to be something of value. Now, it will likely not be 5 reasons why you should work with a real estate agent, because nobody cares, right? You want to sell them the transformation. So for example, when you go to buy a nail at Home Depot, you're not buying the nail, you're buying the picture on the wall, right? And that's how you want to market to your audience, right? What's the picture on the wall for them? It's a beautiful home. It's a home that they can raise their children in. So those freebies should kind of speak to those final desires or wishes of your audience. Transactional sequences. So as you are going throughout the transaction, if you're, let's say, if you are working with a transaction coordinator, he or she likely has these in place. But if you are managing your transactions yourself, you can set up easy transactions, like sequential emails or reminders that go out to them at different stages of the transaction. So one of my favorite ones is 2 days, once I put a buyer or seller into my system, 2 days before they close, they're getting an email that asks them for a review, right? Or when we get the clear to close. So those are little sequences that could be set up. If you don't mind just muting yourself. And then instant chat and replies. So I don't know how many of you guys spend time on Instagram, but a big thing now is when people, if you can, do you mind muting yourself?
Why you say that?
I can never hold on.
She got up with no problems. She just went to sleep. She just went to sleep.
All right. Sorry. We got that handled. Okay. So let me go back. Okay, yeah. So the instant chat, like I've seen people, they'll post like a picture of a house, and let's say the house is on 123 Apricot Lane, right? They're going to post a picture of the house or a quick video of the house, and they're going to say comment Apricot for more details, right? When you have instant chat and chatbot set up, what those things can do is they can automatically, when that person types in Apricot, you will have set up that sequence so that as soon as they type that, they're getting a DM that has all the details. You can even leave voice notes, you can leave links, you can leave booklets, you can leave flyers, whatever you want, they will automatically get that. Or let's say if you're on Facebook, you're running ads, if people are asking questions, you can have some instant chat replies set up, and they can be conditional. So if they answer this, they get this reply. If they answer this, they get that reply. So we won't get too into the weeds today on that, but those are ways you can use that. So one of the examples is, let's say you have a database full of people and you really want to kind of like get in touch with them again. Maybe you've been out of touch and you want to find a way to reconnect. So you can use a sequence that's the first purpose of the first email would say would be a reconnecting on market update, right? So you would write that out. Hey, I'm just reconnecting with you. Here's what's going on in your neighborhood. Here's what's going on in your home. This can be a video. This can just be a regular email, but that would be that first email. Then you would schedule it for how many days later. It would be maybe 2 days later. Now it's a helpful tip for homeowners. Hey, here's what's going on. Here's how you can really add value to your home, whatever you think is worth it for your audience. And then the third one can be a let's catch up. Let's grab coffee. Let's talk about your equity. Let's do an annual review, any of that. So this sequence would be automatic. They do take time to set up. The great thing is once they're done, they're done. So once you have this sequence built up, what you can do is now you can set it for, let's say 3 months after someone closes or 6 months after someone closes, they start to get the sequence again, right? So there's a lot of really great ways you can use it. Some of the marketing automation tools, and we're not going to go too into depth today, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about them tomorrow, are your email marketing systems. So this is Flowdesk, MailChimp, ConvertKit, lots of free ones. However, when you start building on the automation, sometimes they become paid. It just depends on the platform. Your CRM, so whether you're on KV Core, Chime, Follow Up Boss, there's a million CRMs you can use. A lot of them have areas built in for automations. One thing I know from KV Core and Chime specifically is they do have automatic automations going that you can apply. But the thing is, these are meant to be very general. So when people receive them, they can sound, unless you are a robotic person normally, they can sound very robotic and you really can't maximize that. I mean, you may get some feedback, but in order to maximize it, you want to make it sound like you want to infuse your personality, add video. But those are great ways to automate. Zapier is a free tool for most things that in essence zaps things from one platform to another, right? So let's say if someone came in, I just did this for a client recently. So people who come into his KV Core, when they are tagged new in his KV Core, Zap sends a message to his email marketing system, says, hey, this is a new person, set them up on the welcome sequence, right? And that way it's working for you. So if someone registers on your site to look at homes, not only are they able to look at homes, but now they're receiving an automatic welcome sequence for you. And Zapier has a lot that you can do for free. I think it's up to 3 or 5 automations. And even without it, it's really not a costly thing. ManyChat and ChatFuel are chatbots. So when I talked about someone commenting apricot and getting this message, that's what ManyChat can do. And ChatFuel, really good systems, not really expensive either. And then AM cards and like direct mail companies are really good for automation. It sounds like it wouldn't be, it doesn't sound very techy, but with those, as soon as someone closes, like AM cards, I know that you can go deliver a brownie package and set it up for Christmas or set it up for their birthday. And now once you've gone in there and done it, it's done, right? So you can also probably set up a Zap that when someone closes in your CRM, it goes to AM cards and now it times it 360 days out. So lots of ways you can do that. So these are just a couple of ideas how you can use automation for nurturing prospects and leads. So one is segmenting your audience. So if you have people at different types of prospects, different types of leads, or different stages of the buyer, seller, investor roadmap, you can build them customized content. Automated email campaigns, like I said, and drip campaigns for new listings. So if someone signs up, let's say, to look at one house, now they can kind of get a drip campaign of different houses that are coming, market updates, etc. Automated social media posting is you would obviously have to go through the work of creating your posts, but then you can upload them all into a scheduler and they're done, right? Chatbot capabilities would be under that. Your automated email campaigns allows you to segment prospects and leads by where they are, similar to just segmenting your audience. And then sorry, I kind of doubled up there. And then your paid ads would be lead gen ads. So where you're running an ad, you gain their name, address, and phone number. Videos that you can run ads on, and then retargeting. So retargeting is basically anyone that has interacted with any type of ad you run. you put money behind a retargeting ad and now it keeps showing up, similar to when you see something on Amazon, you maybe look at it or you put it in your cart and now that thing follows you around the web. That's what retargeting is. So a really good way to kind of nurture people on autopilot. And then we're getting to the end here, but some tips and best practices, right? Number one, this is a lot. So what my recommendation would be when you start doing this is to start small and scale, right? Pick like the basics that you really want to automate or the most important to your business right now or whatever your audience is right now. As you get those into place and as they're working for you and you start to free up your time, you can scale the automations and scale your business as you scale the automations. Regularly review those automations and performance metrics. See if you're seeing a lot better open rate on one or a lot better click-through rate, conversion rate on one kind. Now you can take that data and influence your other automations. Infuse your personality. People may be able to copy your content, but people cannot copy who you are. I had someone on Instagram who literally copied my entire video, my entire caption, and posted as their own. It was exactly what I had done. And it was, but the thing is, they may have been able to copy that one because my face wasn't in it, but they can't be me and I can't be them, right? So infuse your personality. Use AI, like, I'm a ChatGPT girl, so use AI to help you through this, to help you kind of figure out some of the things you can communicate. And then if you are at the level in your business where you can bring in an assistant to kind of implement these things for you, go ahead and do that. Now that we're getting into that full winter season where things slow down a little bit, it's really, then that's why I want to do this training now. It's a really great time to start getting these things in place. That way you are ready to go when you get into, not only when we get into the holiday season and things slow down, because then your marketing won't slow down, right? But when we get into the busy season of the spring, now your stuff is working for you and it's kind of a seamless experience. Let's go. Okay, so tomorrow's training is at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're just going to be talking about implementing easy automations into your business. So this is going to kind of be the bare bones of things that you can implement that day, and help you kind of figure out what you should focus on, how you can build out. And so now, if you're not sick of hearing me talking, I will take some questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and take yourself off mute. I am going to stop sharing my screen here and just make sure. Let's see. Or you can put it in the chat if you have a question. Let me just check while we're here and see. It looks like no one has a question here. Let me just check in here. Make sure there are none. Let's just see. Okay. All right. So I don't see any question there. All right. So that is all. If you think of any questions, go ahead and post them in the group later, or you correspond to one of the emails when you registered. Make sure you come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. and then we're going to talk about kind of how to figure out what automations you can start with, where to start with, and then how you can implement that right away. All right. I hope you guys have a great day, great Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye-bye.